Good morning. It's finally snowing again here in the north. We had quite a stint of rain and snow melting, but today, since we have some fresh snow, I wanted to come out and check out some tracks. And just as I'm coming onto the trail, I'm noticing a doe and a buck track. So we've got a set of buck tracks and doe. So that's cool. And I'm just going to keep following up here. I'm going to see if the coyote tracks are up here and see what other tracks I can find and enjoy this beautiful day. So this is the same trail that I snowshoed, and I find it funny that they're actually following my trail where the snowshoes are. Over this side there's no tracks, but where I had packed it down, made them a nice trail, they're following it. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see here, but this is kind of how you can tell you've got a buck track, is you've got these two little dots or eyes in the back from the tines on the back of their hoof, or whatever you call them. So that's how you can tell you got a set of buck tracks. Doe tracks look very similar, they just don't have that part in the back of the heel. So these are pretty fresh. I would say within the last few hours. So that's pretty neat. I probably won't get to see him, but everything looks so pretty when it's just capped in snow. The contrast of the green with the evergreens and the white snow is so pretty. Yep, it's funny, they're following exactly where I had made, you can kind of see this over here, that's from my snowshoe. And they're just following exactly how I made the trail. Right today, you don't need snowshoes. So I'm walking just in boots today. Definitely not a snowshoe day, sadly. We need a bit more snow. I'm not seeing any other tracks. Just the deer right now. I've seen the fox twice now. I was at the gas station pumping gas the other day, which is literally right across the street from, not right across the street, right across the woods, if you will, from this trail. And actually the snowmobile trail goes right to the store. And I saw a fox out there, and I'm pretty sure it's the same one I saw the other day. Everything's so beautiful. Just capped in snow. It's just lightly snowing right now. I'd say the temperature in the low 20s. Today's date is January question mark. January question mark. I think it's January 6th. It's pretty cool. The buck is still following my tracks. And I'm so glad that I did that, because breaking through the crust of the snow after it rained is so difficult. And obviously on my packed trail here, it's nice and easy walking. So I'm really glad I did that. What a beautiful day. You can see where a bunny hopped around, probably yesterday before the snow. See his tracks here. So pretty. This is my backyard, guys. I'm so lucky. So blessed. A good view of the buck track there. We're only supposed to get another inch or so today. We're supposed to get, I think, 1 to 3 yesterday, and a dusting to an inch today, but it seems to be snowing pretty steady. It'll be interesting to see what we do get. So, I had a few hours to kill before. Geez, I don't like the way that sounds. I had a few hours before I had to work. So I decided to come out and go for a walk because it is so beautiful out. And, you know, nature is very, very good for your body in so many ways. I started this hike with a pretty good headache. It was actually kind of discouraging to have such a headache. I must have slept wrong or something. So it's like, oh man, I have a headache. I might have to take some ibuprofen, and I really don't like to take ibuprofen, but worst case scenario, sometimes I will. But anyway, I decided to still come out for a walk, and I'm so glad I did because my migraine's subsiding. So it's pretty great. You can see the deer trail goes right down through that cutting or that opening. So that's good to know. Learning where they go helps if you are looking to shed hunt or find some sheds or antlers, if you will, horns, whatever you want to call them. And knowing that this is a track from a buck, and having known that he came through this way, I can tell he came this way because of the way his tracks are positioned. So I think that's a good place to take a hike up and hunt for sheds this year. So I think what I'm going to do now that I have permission, I think what I'm going to do is go in this area probably 500 feet. And then what I'll do is walk all the way until I meet the brook that's just down this knoll here. And then I'll kind of do a big circle and come back out this way. But really excited to get into these woods. One thing that bugged me all last year before I had called the landowner is all of this out here, most of it's posted. So the only thing that's not posted is the actual throughway, so the actual road that I'm walking on right now, and this road here. That is all that's not posted. So it was so discouraging coming out here. I was happy to have this trail, but still I wanted to see more, of course, right? So once I worked up the courage to call the landowner and found out that he's more than happy to allow me to come out here, I was stoked, because I just have a feeling that there are so many things out here for me to uncover, and I can't wait to do it. Certain areas just pull me to them, and this is definitely one of the areas that has pulled me to it. Usually this time of year, there's snowmobile tracks up here. I don't believe that the snowmobile trail goes all the way. I think it stops at a point up here, but you know, it's nice to be out on a trail that goes for a couple of miles and you don't see anybody. I love this area. It's so beautiful. This is like one of my favorite walks now, and it's right out behind my house. I'm going to try to make it to the brook down here. I don't see why I won't make it there. So we're going to walk down to the brook and see how pretty that looks, all covered in snow. You can see the poplar buds are holding some snow on each little nodule there. It looks kind of cute. I can see some old tracks, but nothing fresh just yet. So let's keep going and see what else we find. So this trail I hadn't snowshoed yet. So this is how far you're sinking in. You're only sinking in like, you know, an inch, maybe 2 inches. So it's not too bad. Did just come across a set of bunny tracks. You can see they came from underneath the spruce tree there. And he hopped out onto the trail, and then it looks like he went back into the woods down there, but let's go see what he did. So this was probably from last night, maybe early this morning. Yeah, he hopped right back down into the brush there. You can see his track, or maybe you can see his tracks going this way. Oh, I can hear the brook. With all that rain, it must be flowing pretty good. It's pretty much just a little trickle stream, but I'm interested to see how much all that rain changed it. So you can see this is the woods that's posted. And you can see it's also flagged on this side. You can see the blue ribbon there. Boy, those 2 sets of tracks are about the only sets that you see from recent. I can see some up towards the brook here, so maybe we'll get lucky and see some more. Starting to see some tracks off to the side here. Those are a bit older, so I may not be able to tell what they are. You can hear that ice crust layer. It's not fun to break through. I miss my snowshoe trail. Yeah, those tracks are too old. I can't tell what they are. Here's the brook. Let's walk down to it. Alright guys, well, I do have to work today, so I guess I'll head back home and get ready for that. Thanks for joining me.